Welcome back to the program, everybody. Ann Baldwin in for Dan Lavallo on this Friday afternoon. And Kate McCue, I did that just for you.
Thanks, Ann. I appreciate it.
You've got quite a project that's going on here. Why don't you explain to our listeners out there, Kate, what you're up to?
Well, I started an organization back in April called the Friends of the Walnut Hill Park Rose Garden, and what I'm doing is returning what was once a cherished rose garden in the city of New Britain back to its site in Walnut Hill Park, which is a really great park up in New Britain, designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, who is a pretty famous park landscape designer. And what I'm doing is just helping to bring a beautiful piece back to New Britain.
And where did you get this idea? And I know you've gotten some great press on this, and I've got a great article from the Hartford Courant right in front of me. However, it hasn't been all smooth sailing, if you will. Let's put it this way. Let's say there have been some thorns along the way.
Well, I originally got the idea for the project last year. I'm a resident of New Britain. I grew up in New Britain, and I work there now. My family has a business, and I live here now. And I'm involved a little bit in the city, but what I really wanted to do was help make it more beautiful again. And so I remember hearing great stories about the Rose Garden, which was actually originally planted in 1929, and throughout the century grew and was cherished by many people and was a great destination for wedding photos and to tour. But when the city cut back some of the funding, it fell into disrepair and eventually was removed. And so what I hoped was I could bring it back and help make the city more beautiful. And so I went to the mayor and proposed a project to him, and he was very, very enthusiastic and supportive about it. And so I went and proposed it to the Parks and Rec Department and their Board of Commissioners, and they were thrilled with it. They all remembered the garden and thought it was a great project, and were excited to have someone from the community and have a community group help them out to make it an exciting place.
Where are you getting your funding for this? Is this taxpayer dollars?
No money from taxes is going to the program. It's solely being funded by individual contributions and contributions from our local businesses. I've actually gotten 2 great donations from local foundations, so I've had great support from the city of New Britain and the community, and it's been really exciting to hear everyone's stories and get their support on the project.
All right, we're speaking with Kate McCue, and Kate is the brainchild behind putting a brand new, so it will be brand new, correct?
It will be, yep.
A brand new rose garden. How many, I guess, and pardon my ignorance when it comes to gardening, but is it a bush? How many bushes will you be planting?
Yeah, we're going to plant all different kinds of roses. Most people commonly think of the hybrid teas, but there's other kinds called Floribunda and Grand Floribunda that we're going to be planting. And right now we haven't finalized the number, but it's looking somewhere around 750 roses, so it'll be a great amount. And what our goal is to do our groundbreaking in April, plant those roses. Our target date right now is April 10th, the second Saturday in April, so we're really excited about it. But 750 rose bushes is a lot to go in the ground, and so we're looking for a lot of help from volunteers who are out there who are interested in getting involved.
Absolutely. Now, if people want more information on this particular project, maybe they do want to volunteer, how can they find out more about it?
We have a website. The Friends of the Walnut Hill Park Rose Garden has its own website, and that's at friendsoftherosegarden.org. We also have a page on Facebook, if any of you are on Facebook, and you can become a fan of us if you just look up Friends of the Walnut Hill Park Rose Garden.
But not everybody's been behind this, and I can't understand that. If it's not being paid for with taxpayer dollars, all the money's being donated. It doesn't mean any more work for city workers. What kind of controversy could there possibly be?
I think some people are concerned that there's a lot going on in the economy and that there's a lot of issues out there, in every town, things that need to be addressed. But for the most part, the naysayers are minimal. A lot of people have really signed on it and are willing to help out and get involved.
Well, that's fantastic. So you're shooting for next April. So now that you have your Master Gardener degree, certificate, when will we see the first roses bloom, do you anticipate?
June is the best month for roses.
So even right within a couple of months of planting, they will flourish.
I'm hoping so, and that's what the experts tell me. So it should be beautiful in June, and hopefully this summer the roses that we plant are all rebloomers. So the flowers will be there throughout the summer and into the fall.
It's really refreshing, frankly, to see someone, of this generation that really does care about restoring the beauty and, and putting a project like this out for everybody to enjoy, really.
Thanks. I'm really excited about it, and I'm hoping that there are more people that have some time to volunteer that want to get involved in a community project. And there's many different ways for people to get involved in this project specifically. I'm looking for people who are willing to do some of the digging in April, as I said, to plant those 750 bushes, if that turns out to be the final number. But I'm also looking for people who are interested in helping get the word out, people who are still looking to help me do some fundraising.
Kate, we're talking with Kate McCue. This is Ann Baldwin in for Dan Lavallo on this Friday afternoon. I pretty much know every word to that song. How sad is that?
That's pretty great. Maybe we can get you singing and put it up on our website to get a little more publicity on the project.
Well, maybe that, or when you have your dedication ceremony, I could do a little appearance or something.
That sounds perfect to me.
So we're talking about this project that Kate McCue has undertaken, has been very successful at, has raised the money for, and that is a beautiful rose garden that's going to be planted, as you mentioned, in April in Walnut Hill Park. So, are you worried at all about vandalism? Is there going to be a fence around this? Is there going to be access to the general public? I mean, is there going to be an admission fee? How's it going to work?
Well, there's no fees associated with it. There's no need for fences. What we really want to do is get the community involved and make them feel like it's part of their backyard. And in doing that, we're trying to get as many organizations, neighbors, and residents of the town to partake in the project. And so part of what we're doing is going out to organizations and seeing how they'd love to collaborate with us to take advantage of the park and to help get it planted.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, you were talking about how you're going to need volunteers because you mentioned how many bushes you're going to put in?
We're
400?
estimating about 750.
700, because the newspaper article that I have in front of me says 400.
Yeah, it's grown a bit in how we've designed it. We've actually it's been very generous of Castle Booth Architects in New Britain. Two of their landscape architects have volunteered for the project right from the beginning and have added a lot to it. And initially I had projected about 400 roses, but with their involvement we've really fine-tuned the design and we've expanded it to about an estimate about 750.
That is fantastic. That's just really, really great. So you need people to dig the holes. You need people to do what else?
Well, a lot of digging, actually. You know, when you're planting a rose, it's a delicate procedure, and with 750, really what we're hoping is digging and mulching and planting. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really excited about the big planting day. Aside from that, you know, a lot of it is the coordination of activities up there, and so people who are interested in event planning and have some time to volunteer would be a great asset to our group, the Friends of the Walnut Hill Park Rose Garden.
Now, is that what it's going to be called, the Walnut Hill Park Rose Garden?
It is.
Or you're not going to name it in memorandum?
Right now, we're not naming it in memorandum. It's at the site of the World War I monument up in Walnut Hill Park, and it's a beautiful area, and so right now we've settled on just the Rose Garden at Walnut Hill Park.
That's fantastic. So if people want more information, they can go to your website. Do you have a phone number?
We do. It's 877-390-5363.
And I would assume that this is not just for the enjoyment of New Britain residents only. You want people from other towns to come and enjoy this as well.
Absolutely. I think they'll really enjoy it. It's going to be a fun project.
Okay, now one of the other questions I had, are you going to do all one color? Have you decided what you're going to do? You talked about the varieties, but will they all be the same?
No, we're going to have some structure to the way that the design will be, but really what we want to do is have something representative of our community. We want to have all different kinds of roses, like I mentioned, all different colors, and even all different scents, so that when you walk in, it really is a great experience of things coming together, representing how our community is and making it really excited for everyone who's involved. Having me on, and for everyone out there who's interested in getting involved or actually helping us with a donation, I'd really appreciate that too. Our website is www.friendsoftherosegarden.org.